Now, one thing that goes really well with tea is conversation, like the one in this week's Hot Button.
Hello, welcome to Hot Button. Today we are going to talk about seasons. We're going to talk about the bad, the good, and the ugly about seasons. My favorite season is summer because of the warmth. You get to see people outside every single day. You get to see your friends. You get to go out and exercise and just have fun without worrying about being too cold. So yeah, my favorite season is summer. What about yours, Nancy?
Well, I don't mind the summer. I like the heat. I don't like the extreme heat, especially when, it's so hot and you can't sleep at night, or you're just sitting there watching TV and all of a sudden you're perspiring. That I don't care for. But I like the fact that I can be outside working in my garden. I prefer, I think, the spring. I think it's because of the promise of what's going to be, what's coming. The flowers are starting to come up. Speaking of that, I have one daffodil that blooms all by itself every year. One lonely single little daffodil. It's so sad. Oh, and I have all my tulips and things. Yeah, and I think that I would have to say that would be my favorite time.
I like the spring too, but since you shared a story about your spring, I'm going to share a story about my summer. Well, one of my summers. I was basically just hanging out with one of my friends. We were playing basketball. So I took a shot and the ball bounced off the hoop and came back and smashed me in the leg and broke my leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't fun. But yeah, I like the spring too because it's just starting to get nice out. You're not dealing with snow from previous seasons. You're able to go outside and exercise, and it's starting to warm up, but you still get the little bit of rain, which I don't like. But I like the spring. Yeah,
one thing I don't like about the spring, I have to say, is the grass starts to grow, right? And that means mowing. I like the grass to look green, but however, I don't enjoy the mowing very much. And there's these people that come around and they offer to, I don't know what they call it, but they put these plugs in your lawn.
Yeah.
And because it'll help your lawn grow. And I said, no, I don't want my lawn to grow. Thank you very much. I think the fall is not so bad.
Oh no, I like the fall because it's still nice out. You're still able to do whatever you want to do for the beginning of the fall. But when it gets to the middle, to the end of the fall, it gets colder. And the thing I like about the fall is the changing color of the leaves.
Oh, I totally agree. Having grown back east where the weather can be extreme, fall was just the most beautiful time of year at all. The problem with fall, though, in my opinion, it leads to winter.
Oh yeah, winter. Everybody's favorite season. I don't really like winter because, being in a wheelchair, it's not easy to move around in, and you get the snow stuck in the tires, and it just makes everything all wet. And I have metal wheels for wheels, so it gets cold to touch to try and move, so you end up freezing your fingers.
Geez, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, no, it's not fun.
When I was a kid, I used to like the winter, except when I lived in New Brunswick. We lived in a house that was not insulated. That was probably normal in those days, and it was in the middle of a field. And northern New Brunswick, the snow would get really bad, and the wind would blow, and so the snow would come in under the window ledge. And there'd be little piles of snow on the floor in our bedroom, and there was no heat. There was no heat until my mother got up and lit the stove, so that wasn't very much fun. But other than that, I used to enjoy it. I enjoyed shoveling snow. I know that sounds kind of weird probably, but it was something I liked to do. And then when my kids get older, I would be shoveling and they would come along and take big hunks of snow and smash them in the driveway just after you finish. Or what about this? The city plow comes along after you finish shoveling your driveway.
Yeah, no, that's not fun. I have family that comes out from Alberta, and anytime they come out, they always grab the squeegee that we have, because since BC doesn't get a lot of snow, we just use the squeegee and push the snow off the driveway. So anytime they come out, they always grab the squeegee and say, this is the BC shovel.
That's pretty funny, actually. What about you? Do you have a favorite time of the year? Let us know and contact us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And thanks again for tuning into Hot Button.